Hi guys, and welcome back. So you remember when I did my Sephora haul that I didn't plan on actually getting a haul and whatever, she overshot, that's what she does. Well, I told you I don't do like first impressions that much anymore because what's the point? I like testing it out and then letting you know what my real thoughts are. So today I have a full face of everything that's new to me. As a matter of fact, I think there's only one thing on my face that I'm not going to tell you about because I'm testing it. But everything else is from those like recent, I think it was 2 Sephora hauls that like, whatever, like a lot happened, is on my face, let's talk about it. And if you're new to my channel, hello, my name is Jennifer, and I'm obviously into all things hair, skin, and makeup, and you probably are too, so you might as well hit that subscribe button because you know you're gonna come back for more. All right, so I got my big bin right here. Let's get a couple of things like straight out of the way. You know the Haus Labs, I'm wearing it. I love it. The Petite Lit, still love that foundation too. I go between the two of these. I love them both so much. This amazes me that I literally only need one pump on the back of my hand. I dot it. I use a brush, kind of blend it out. Where's that brush? I used my BK106 brush today and I would just blend it out, add another dot. This, even though it's like, I think $45, using one dot for an entire face, a value, total friggin' value. And the Petite Lit for giving me like nice, effortless, easy days. You can build it and make it a little more glam, but I love it for like my easy, effortless days. Such a winner. I feel like I'm gonna be getting out of breath because I got somewhere to be in a little bit. I still love you. We're gonna go through everything. On my lips, this is the Tatcha, what is her full name? Let's just get out the original box. This is the Kissu lip mask. I love this like everyone else does, but do you see that like sticky stringiness? It's not like sticky globby. It's like smooth and very elegant, and I wear it every night before bed. I've been wearing it before when I sit down to put my makeup on, it's one of the first things I put on so that my lip product's going really well. Loving this. Yeah, she's a little pricey, but she's worth it. I don't remember if I told you I purchased a NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer. I only use these on my face for covering up blemishes or redness, which I don't do a lot, but sometimes I need a little extra help. I don't like this under my eyes for me. I think it accentuates lines. So for me, this is just a spot corrector. And because you use so little of it, these last me so long that I usually have to throw them out because they've dried out because they're so old. I've never, ever hit pan on one of these. Love. All right, so while we're at concealers, I'm going to bring out the two that I bought, the Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Radiant Concealer and the Dior Backstage was this Flash Perfector Concealer. I love them both. Here's the thing, at my age, I need hydrating concealers. I usually use a hydrating eye cream. Today I friggin' forgot. I only used my resveratrol eye cream from Caudalie, which I like to use that under a hydrating eye cream. She's high maintenance. That's just how it is. But anywho, I love a hydrating eye cream. A lot of people don't like them because they have a little bit of like a glow to them. I don't care because I use the tiniest amount of powder and I just gently dab it in and it makes the glow go away. But I know I'm still being hydrated underneath, which keeps that like crepey, cakey, very overlined, well, not overlined, but like just like a dry under eye look. That's just how I keep it at bay. Today it's not as great as it usually is because I forgot to do my hydrating eye cream, but whatever, that's not me, boo. So anyway, I love both of these. The Charlotte Tilbury I have in the shade 3 Fair, which is perfect for me. The Dior Backstage is in literally the lightest shade, I think. What is it? 0CR. I only bought this because I got sick and tired of waiting for it to come in my store in the shade that I would normally wear. So I have this shade and I only wear it in like the inner corner just for a little brightening, but I love it. So someday when I can get it in my actual shade, I look forward to using it under my entire eye. But when I blend it out, I don't get any creasing. It doesn't like fade or anything. I find that both of these, the way I apply concealer, become like a medium coverage. I don't need a full coverage, heavy coverage. It's just not my vibe right now. And these two are both perfect for what I'm looking for. I'm going to show you the only two things that are not on my face right now, but I have thoughts about. Well, if you saw my recent video, it was on checking out these two mascaras. I'm still wearing them both. The Tower 28 Make Waves. I love it. It's on my eyes right now. But I also use all the time the Professional from Makeup Forever. I love having the dual-ended brushes, especially for using the step one on my lower lashes. I don't have anything on my lower lashes today. It was just the vibe I was having. But overall, I still love these. I'm going to still keep using them. I'm super, super happy with them. I just wish they were in waterproof. All right, then from Dior, this pricey friggin' bitch. This is the Dior Rouge Forever in the shade 558 Forever Grace. It's okay. I'll probably get more wear out of this shade like later in the fall. It is a deeper shade. And actually shades like this, I kind of tend to put on the center of my lip and then either blot out with my finger, or I'll use literally like an eyeshadow brush and like buff it out just to give my lips like a deeper tone, but not like pow deep. I am not finding this to be, I don't know, it's not as spectacular as people are saying. It's a nice lipstick. Is it worth a hefty price tag? I don't think so. Let's get this off of here before it stains. It does last nicely. All right, so what I do have on my lips today from Urban Decay, this is their Vice Lip Balm Bond Lip Bond. This is in the shade Textum. So the shade is great. I like the shade. When you first put it on, you literally kind of need to keep your lips like this for a while. You can't go rubbing your lips together. You can't even eat. Like, I don't do anything with my lips for like 15 minutes. This needs time to dry down and set. Now, if you're going somewhere and you're not eating, it's great. Well, I should say it's great-ish. All right, so I have my mirror just so I can see to kind of like walk you through it. It does leave this nice glossiness to it. It's not like super shiny, but it's not matte. It's a little like a step up from satin, which is nice. However, you absolutely have to prep your lips before you're using this. I mean, my lips look pretty lined. There's not a smoothing effect to it. But if you just go on lips that have not been prepped or, even exfoliated, or you got to do something to your lips. You just can't go on dry lips. It looks so cracky. However, what I don't like about it, can you see like the inside of my lip? This is sexy. Do you see like the line of demarcation? I hate that. It's so pronounced. And even worse, I've worn this out to dinner a couple times, and each time it does wear off, and it'll like stick in the lines, so it doesn't wear off evenly, where like a lot of lipsticks, as you're eating or whatever, they kind of wear off evenly and it's not a big deal. This wears off very patchy. It doesn't look cute, so I don't like it if I'm going out to eat. Now, if I'm going somewhere and I'm not going to be eating for several hours, it looks great the entire time. I like that. That makes me happy. However, because this is, it's one of those formulas where you need to shake for 5 seconds and then put it on. There's actually 2 other formulas. Haus Labs has a formula like that, and so does our trusty friends at Maybelline. If you can get this, say at Target or CVS or wherever you buy your drugstore brand lipsticks, if you can get the Maybelline version, it is exactly the same. Save your pennies, unless you just want the Urban Decay. Listen, I love Urban Decay lip products, so it was not a problem for me to look for this. As a matter of fact, this shade here, I think I told you, is Textum. I like this shade very much for me. And I unfortunately couldn't find a shade close enough to it from the Maybelline. I have these two. This one's pretty dark. This one isn't quite right. I'm trying to find the shade that's exactly right for me. So right now, the Urban Decay is the right shade for me. Is this the most amazing lip product in the world? No, it is not. It's pretty good for certain situations. Blah, blah, blah. Could she talk anymore? God. All right. So from Rare Beauty, this is the Stay Vulnerable Melting Blush. I have the shade Nearly Rose. I will just say that with all of the Rare Beauty products that I have tried, they are all super pigmented. I tried going with this, using my finger, too pigmented. Then I tried using my trusty brush. Here it is. I use these sort of foundation brushes for my cheek color. Tap, tap, tap. Do it like this. No, still too pigmented. Although you know me, I like a brighter cheek. What I've been liking using is a fluffier blush brush. I tap it in there 3 times, and then I go on my cheeks, concentrating from here out, and then I'll do whatever's left in this part of my cheek. Super, super pigmented. There is a shade, I think it's called Barely There or something like that. I can never get it. It's always sold out. I'm going to try and get it because I have a feeling that would be a beautiful shade for me. Do I like this? I do. I like it very much. It's just, you got to get the learning curve sometimes with products. Like the first time or two, if you don't like how it goes on, you got to try using different brushes, different techniques, because, we don't want to waste our money. But as far as I'm concerned, this is not a waste of money considering how very little I use. And most of these products, it doesn't say in the box, most of the Rare Beauty products are around $20. So I think they're all such a great value. Not to mention, I feel like they perform so well. I really need to do like a dedicated Rare Beauty video, because even though like everyone loves the brand, I feel like people who are like new to makeup or are not sure what brands, to purchase, especially when they're in Sephora, if they get overwhelmed, because this is such a well-priced brand, but has such incredible products throughout the entire line. This really is a line that you could purchase all of your products and put together a beautiful face that you would be so happy with. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. She goes on and on and on, doesn't she? God. All right. Oh, while I'm still with the Rare Beauty, I had purchased quite a while ago. Where is it? I had purchased this here. What are these called? It's the Stay Vulnerable Liquid Eyeshadow. I bought the shade Nearly Rose, and then I had to go buy the shade Nearly Neutral. That's what I have on my upper lids today. All I do with this, because it is so crazy pigmented. Oh, I didn't mention that I do have the primer also. I like this primer because it is a great primer, but it's like thinner than, my favorite of all times, my Painterly Paint Pot from MAC. Because this formula is a little thinner, it's nice for like more natural days or when I'm wearing like a light liquid eyeshadow, which I'll show you one coming up. However, I love this primer just because it's weightless, it cancels out color, but it doesn't look so much like a primer. Well, it looks like a primer when I put it on my lid, but when I put shadows on top of it, my lids don't look like they're overly eyeshadowed. You know what I mean? Probably not. This girl. A lot of it's just in my head. Anywho, because I love the primer so much and the shade Nearly Rose, I bought the shade Nearly Neutral. However, one dot center of my eye. Could I even look at you guys when I'm talking? But what I like to do, because it is so pigmented, she's just going to keep on talking to her makeup table while she looks for what she wants. Yikes. I love kind of just tapping gently with my foundation. This isn't foundation. I need to get this video together. I like tapping with my concealer brush over the top after I've blended out, because I do blend out with an eyeshadow brush. This one, I used this brush today. I literally just blend it out until I get it in the shape I want. And then I just go over the top with whatever is left on this concealer brush. And it just helps diffuse the color a little more. Plus, I feel like it helps it set, which it probably doesn't. That's just in my brain. However, I just love these here again. Super pigmented, way less is better than way more. Just buyer beware on that, because if you were to go like on your lid, like I do sometimes, like a crayon, you will hate this. One tiny dot is all she needs. All right, so on my mobile lid down here, I wanted something that was like my lids, but better. Something when I was going on a very natural day that I could just throw on. So from Ilia, I picked up this liquid powder, the shade Glaze. So as you can see, this is literally my skin tone. That's all it is. But it has a beautiful sheen to it. Can you even see that? It's almost like a highlighter for my eyes, except it sets down, stays nicely, and it just kind of finishes off my lid when I'm doing these more natural days. I think they're so pretty. I am going to get them in some other colors because I think they're so great. But I definitely recommend that you go over a primer. I don't like it just on the lid on its own because I feel like it moves around. It needs something to grab onto so it stays in place. Here's something I am not thrilled about from Danessa Myricks. Let me read the box. This is the Infinite Chrome Micro Pencil. I bought it in the shade Bronzite because when I was in store and I was testing these on my hand, I was like, are you flipping kidding me? It's a duochrome eyeliner, and I thought, how gorgeous for just a little bit of interest at the lash line for an evening out or whatever. I have it on my lids right now. I don't think it's anywhere as interesting as it is when you look at it on the hand. It's a little finicky when you put it on, and you absolutely, you know how I love my smudger brush? You absolutely cannot smudge this out. because it makes the whole duochrome go away and you just have like, I don't know, like a brownish eyeliner. So it's not as spectacular as I had hoped. It has a little bit, I don't know, can you even see that? It has a little bit of this, but I don't think as much. I mean, you would really have to do like a very artistic eye to really get the benefit out of this, and that's just not my scene. For those of you who do those very artistic eyes, you might like it. For me, it wasn't really worth it, which breaks my heart because I have loved everything Danessa Myricks I have ever purchased. So to have one, I don't want to say it's a dud, it just didn't live up to my hype. Oh, and in the eyebrows, I have the Haus Labs pencil. This is the Edge Precision Brow Pencil in the shade Ash Brown. It's a good pencil. It's not anything spectacular or amazing. The only thing that I will say that is spectacular and amazing about it is the sheer number of shades they have in the range. So if you're having a hard time finding the right shade for you, I have a feeling you'll find it in the Haus Labs, the Edge Precision Brow Pencils, because they have more than most brands have. I mean, Benefit does have a lot. You know, they're like 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5. This has, I think, more shades. I could be wrong. They're not so much like a gradient of like brown. They're different tones, which, yes, please, because our brows, it's like our hair and our skin. So many different tones. So if you need a brow pencil for in a shade that you cannot match for yourself, try Haus Labs. Could she ramble much more? All right, the final thing I bought, this here, let me see if I can find the actual, she's all over the place. This is from Westman Atelier. It's the Petite Lit Up Highlight Stick. I have in the shade Nectar. I had been wanting this for a long time, but as with everything on Westman Atelier, it's super friggin' expensive. And then I saw it in that beautiful line at the checkout of Sephora where they have everything in minis at much more affordable prices so you can try them out. This was $25 and I was like, that's fine, I will try it. And I am so happy that I did. So I think with these lights, it's always going to look a little more intense than it does in real life. But this gives off like a glossy sheen that I love. It almost makes me look a little bit sweaty without looking sparkly. I don't draw it on my cheek. As a matter of fact, I just go in with one of these brushes that I like to use for my blush. I just wipe it across the top and then dab it on. That way I'm not going to disturb any of the makeup below. However, these are so like sheer and gorgeous that if you are having just a natural day, no makeup, you just got your sunscreen on, it looks so pretty on your skin. You can put it anywhere on your face for just that extra like glossy glimmer without sparkle. Was this worth it for me for $25? Absolutely, because I've never hit pan on any highlighter, so I don't really need the full size of this. I'm so happy I have this. I think it's so pretty. Woo! That was quite a roundup. We just made it through everything. I think the only thing I did pick up from Rare Beauty, this is their highlighter. I picked it up in the shade Mesmerize because I already had Transcend. Still gorgeous, just another shade. I don't have it on today, but I wanted you to know. Of course I love it. I mean, it's a second shade. I do have a habit lately of buying things in more than one shade if I love them. Why wouldn't I? And honestly, I think today's face looks lovely. I'm very happy with it. This is kind of what would be my everyday, ordinary face if I was just going about my business outside of the home. All right, you guys, that is it for my full-on review from pretty much all the products that I bought from my accidental Sephora haul. I will leave links to everything in the description box below, and if you have any questions, you know what to do. Oh, and I know you've been staring at these earrings, and I know I'm going to hear it in my DMs, so I will just let you know these were a birthday gift from my girlfriends, actually along with this bracelet and another pair of earrings. But how friggin' gorgeous. I know. It's actually from one of my favorite brands, Julie Voss. So now you don't need to ask. I'll leave a link just in case you're curious. All right, you guys, that is it. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you like seeing these like Sephora reviews after I've been trying and I have what I think is a fuller, more well-rounded opinion, then give me a thumbs up because I'll keep doing it. Who am I kidding? I'm going to keep doing it anyway. Like my shopping habit at Sephora, it's what it is. So I'm going to tell you about it. All right, you guys, that is all for today. As always, I want to thank you so much for being with me, and I'll see you real soon. Mwah.